Okay, so I'm about to give you a fire movie rec, but only watch this if you promise not to look at the Rotten Tomatoes score and you promise to like be open-minded and put up with a little bit of kookiness. If you're not able to put up with a little bit of kookiness, a little bit of, okay, let's just watch this anyway, then baby, this movie's not for you. But if you're willing to put up with a little bit of strangeness, let's dive in. Also, beyond this point, we might get into a little spoiler zone. So like I'm letting you know, so don't come for me. So the movie starts off and it's about this girl and she lives in this apartment. She's seeming to live this normal life, but the guy from Avatar is tracking her down and we're like, what are you doing, Sam Worthington? And it turns out that she's a simulant, which means she's basically like a robot but has near human intelligence, or maybe like on par with human intelligence, but similar to Asimov's like 3 codes for iRobot and like all those like sci-fi things. She has these 4 precepts and like it's like you have to obey humans, blah, 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 blah. But somehow this robot was able to get out of her precepts. So it's like things are going down. Meanwhile, this girl and her hot husband, that's her hot husband in the middle, he keeps waking up from these nightmares from a car crash they had at the beginning of the movie. And we don't really know what the deal is. Did they both pass away? Did only one of them? Because we, like, over time learned that they both have gotten simulants that are, like, exact clones. So eventually she's like, I can't do this anymore. You passed away in the car crash. You're actually a robot. And I thought it would help me with my grief. And he's like, OMG, what? Meanwhile, this guy is trying to track simulants who like aren't obeying the 4 precepts and have their little like thing taken off. And the guy from the Barbie movie, I think his name is Simulant, he's basically like running this shadow organization to try to free the simulants because he believes all of the simulants basically are humans and they're being held hostage by their like human owners, and he thinks it's morally and ethically wrong. He was also in love with the girl from the beginning, remember? The one who was like running away from Sam Worthington. And we learn when they're extracting her memories, because remember, she's a robot, that she was having a whole relationship with him. And he was all like, I don't even know who she is. And she was all like, yes, I do. This guy spends a lot of the movie just like, ooh-wee, what's going on? Meanwhile, Sam Worthington and his friends are now trying to find this guy and the guy from the Barbie movie. And then there's this whole subplot with their marriage is kind of unraveling because, one, he finds out that he is like a robot or whatever, but then Simuli's character also frees him from his precepts. So now it's like a little bit like, ooh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? She's also a painter, which doesn't really come into the story that much, but she does go to this one art auction, and it wouldn't really make sense if they didn't set up that she was an artist. I don't really know what she's doing over there, but she's selling them for thousands of dollars. She lives in a fancy ass house. So anyway, so she's basically like, my simulant is like having all these weird memories. And so this guy, remember the guy from the Barbie movie who's trying to free all the simulants, he's like, basically, he's like working for, you know, as an assistant to her. He comes over, he's like, I'll fix your simulant. But secretly, he's trying to free him from the precepts. And then you can see her precept or her simulant over there. Now, I told you it was a little kooky, it's a little weird, it's a little strange, but if you're down for an artificial intelligence AI adventure, I'm not going to tell you what happens next. I'm not going to tell you who gets caught, who gets dead, who gets alive, who's real, who's fake, who's a simulant, who's human, because I need you to go watch this movie immediately. It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu, babe. Don't look at the Rotten Tomatoes score. Just go watch it and let me know what you think. Or if you've already seen it, tell me in the comments. Or just tell me in the comments if you liked this video and if you found this informational.